to cry no more. And we won't have to cry no more.
So, hey folks, today I am here with Malachi Robinson, Director of Creative Suitland. Welcome, Malachi.
Hey, peace. How you doing?
I'm great. I'm great. I am excited to have you here. I just want to give a little background about how we met and why we're even talking. Um, so I signed up for all these things for PG County, every meeting, anything that I can sign up for, I do. I signed up for a meeting that happened at the end of January. And so I attended the meeting, and it was a planning meeting for what was called Placemaking Suitland. And I learned all that was going to be happening. And at the end of the project, there was going to be a kickoff weekend with a block party. And so that's what Malachi and I are here to talk about today. The Creative Suitland, the Placemaking Suitland, Better Block Suitland Kickoff Weekend.
Yes.
So before we even get there, can you tell us a bit about Creative Suitland and what it is?
Certainly. Creative Suitland, we're still young. We're just a little bit over 2 years old. We officially opened up as an art center February 2020. And as you can imagine, we opened up with so much optimism, so much love from the community, so much vibrant activity was starting to come out of the space, and so many like valuable partnerships, communication, and just different collaborations were just on the horizon. And then 4 weeks later, pandemic happens, the world changes, and we just had to shift. So it took us about 2 or 3 weeks or so to really just kind of realize, okay, this is not a 2 week shutdown or 2 week scenario. This is something a little bit more short to long term. So what we did best was, we identify like ways for us to sustain ourselves, which is one of the key things that is important to me is mental health, and that's part of our mission is to support folks through wellness and mental health services. So we started providing some virtual offerings over the course of the pandemic. But Creative Suitland, to its core, is basically a arts development strategy to pretty much do what we seek to do, which we're going to be talking about today, which is bringing arts, culture, and entertainment to specifically the greater Suitland community, which is, Suitland, Capitol Heights, District Heights, Forestville, etc. But really at large, the central part of Prince George's County is where we're really targeting because there's just so much lack of a lot of things. It's lack of blank, lack of arts, lack of culture and entertainment, and again, wellness services and community events and safe spaces for all these activities to happen. So part of our mission is to provide those opportunities, and which goes into a little bit about placemaking, but it's also a way for us to inspire and increase activity and boost the creative economy and insert arts and culture and preserve that heritage and that history that is really, really key to this part of the county.
And so I really agree with you regarding lack of. And I grew up in Prince George's County. My parents are immigrants, and they moved to this area in the late 70s and moved to Prince George's County maybe when I was 1 or 2 years old. So, I just remember, I grew up in the county, and I see the differences. Like, this is a suburb of DC, like Metro DC, and all the other counties surrounding DC have, it's different, and you see the differences. Um, and I want to say that this county is it's like the last frontier of affordability, right? Um, and so I think it's great what Creative Suitland is all about, bringing arts and bringing resources that are lacking. And I heard you talk about preserving heritage, and you also have ties to the Suitland area, correct?
Yes, I grew up in Capitol Heights, which is, part of Greater Suitland community. And yeah, I was born in DC and immediately raised in Capitol Heights for the majority of my life. Well, the first 15, 16 years of my life was in Capitol Heights. And yes, I saw firsthand, looking back, I'm like, wow, like if there was a Creative Student Arts Center or something similar, back then, I'm just like, wow, I would have been able to have been exposed to arts early at that age. And I wasn't until probably about high school. That's when I really got into the arts, going to Bishop McNamara High School, which is right in Forestville, private Catholic school, and went there and got exposed to the arts. I'm like very aware of how the arts impacted my life and the fact that, we as an art center can be able to do that for this community, knowing um, what this community was like prior to Creative Suitland being here and how Creative Suitland is day by day transforming the landscape of specifically the Suitland, well, the Silver Hill Road corridor and how we're really revitalizing and enhancing and beautifying the space. It means a lot. So I really enjoy seeing this development happening.
And then some of the programs that Creative Suitland offers, I'm assuming it's year round. Or I actually went to First Monday. I went to the poetry night where Tatiana was the lead poet, the headliner for that night, and that was an amazing time. And there were vendors, there were women vendors in honor of Women's History Month. And then I see that you have events coming up like poetry for wellness. You spoke about mental health and wellness and how that is important. And so, what other types of programs can folks find at Creative Suitland?
Yeah, we pride ourselves on just being a space for all. And as we come out of this pandemic, we're really excited about offering more than what we have the capacity for at this time, just based on things opening up and funds becoming available for us to provide, free and accessible programming. But at least starting with youth, we're excited to bring back our Create Teens program. So that's Create Teens, all caps with the teens. Our Create Teens program will be coming back, which is a free workshop for teens 13 through 17, open to any teens in the county that want to receive enrichment in dance or creative writing, yoga, mindfulness. Last year we had a workshop teaching our youth or teaching our young people about pretty much like a music business 101 type of course, which is really interesting and different from what a lot of teens are exposed to, again, in this part of the county. So that's one of the programs that at least we have for teens, and more information about that will be coming out soon as we'll be launching this May. We also have a farmers market will be coming back this June. So every Sunday from 12 to 4 starting in June, we'll have the Capital Market team pretty much helping us to organize a farmers market every Sunday. So you're talking about 3 to 5 Black farmers, and then 12 to 15 other artists and vendors. And we also, we're an art center, so we want to infuse, creativity within that landscape. So paint activities, community paint projects, family art activities, open mic, spoken word, different performances, and just try to breathe some life into traditional farmers market. There's like 10 other things that I'm not mentioning. But for more information about those programs, go to our website, creativesuitland.org. Like I said, we are in the process of making sure that we can live up to part of that mission, which is providing space for all. So everyone from one all the way up to 101, we want to make sure we have programs for everyone.
And I also think it's great that you're bringing things like farmers markets. There are a lot of food deserts in our county, and so
Yes.
that helps fill in the gap. But also making it an experience, right, with the musicians and that type of thing. Because I know a lot of Black professionals that live in this county, and not just Black, but professionals that live in the county, and they want things of that nature. They don't want to have to go to DC to go to a
Yeah.
farmer's market or across the bridge to Virginia. They want to have something right here that's accessible to them in their backyard. So, with that, let's talk a bit more about placemaking, Suitland. What exactly is placemaking?
Creative placemaking is, I want to say it's a new term, but it is probably just new to this county and new to this area. So when we say placemaking, most people probably just don't know what that means, or they kind of just piece it together in terms of what it means. But by definition, creative placemaking is basically using the arts and the culture and bringing different partners to pretty much strategically shape a landscape of a community. In order to like increase economic development, promoting social change, and improving again the physical environment. So talking about Suitland, like what do we need to change? It's it needs some color, and that's what we started to do with the actual building and allowing that process to happen outward. So using our actual facility, so the exterior facade of the building has like this beautiful mural with these like vibrant butterflies, and then it kind of extends around the campus. Our parking lot has a mural on it, so it's like a quilt that's starting to be created on our parking lot. So it's like a beautiful quilt of different artwork from various artists. And we want that to venture outwards. We do have a plan to revitalize our actual parking lot. So if you haven't been to our parking lot before, we have like a wide, like 100 space parking lot, and a small portion of that will be dedicated to eventually become an actual park or yard for outdoor activities like our farmers market, for performances, outdoor concerts, pop-up markets, activities for youth, etc. And that to us is creative placemaking, and we define creative placemaking by a lot of the activities that we do at Creative Suitland. And it's hard to say this is creative placemaking. For us, it's more so just doing it. Our partnership with the county and our Better Block Foundation, that is us introducing creative placemaking by actually showing what this is. And I know we'll get to it at some point, but that's what the event in April is. It's pretty much this kickoff and this introduction to creative placemaking to this part of the county.
Well, yes, that's a great segue. So let's just jump right into it because this is what I'm excited about. You talked about murals and redoing the parking lot and just creating a space for the community, right? But not only is it creating a space, this is something that you can have volunteers come out to help create it.
Yeah.
So yeah, let's talk about the kickoff weekend and all that's going down in order to get it started.
Mhm. So this is a partnership that's actually 2 years in the making. We actually started these conversations right around the time we celebrate the grand opening, and then we went into these early discussions about this Better Block partnership and what it would look like and a timeline. And of course, everything got pushed back months after month after month based on the extent of this pandemic. But here we are 2 years later, and we pretty much have everything laid out in terms of rolling out this kickoff April 8th and 9th. So specifically with the event April 8th, which is a Friday evening, we're celebrating with a block party, something we really haven't done before. I mean, we've done outdoor events in the past, but we're excited to really present a full block party, which will incorporate different activities. We'll have a performance starting at 7 p.m. with Dior, Ashley Brown, and the Filthy Animals. They're a band, like a funk and hip hop fusion band. We'll have other activities happening around this time, vendors, pop-up markets, creative play activities, which means like outdoor Jenga, outdoor checkers, outdoor cornhole games. We'll have other paint projects happening around that time. And something really exciting is that we'll have a mobile smash room. So if anyone has never experienced that, it's pretty much like going into a room and you can just smash everything that you see, whether it's bottles or anything. And it's a way for the partner who's presenting this project, is it's a way to introduce a different type of mental health and wellness activity. So that's something really exciting that we're looking forward to introducing at the event. And then Saturday, which is April 9th, from 12 to 4, we're bringing back our Thrive Market, which is the actual day is called Creative Saturday. And within that, we're reintroducing our Thrive Market, which is just our artist and vendor market with different vendors that we've been partnering with over the past 2 years. A lot of our artist partners will be presenting free demo workshops, everything from creative writing to how to write a poem, how to dance. If anybody wants to learn how to dance, we have a tap dance workshop. We have an African dance interactive workshop that'll be happening outdoors. And then on top of that, we'll have our partnership with PG Parks and Rec. They'll be presenting free family art activities every Saturday starting on April 9th. So if you're in the Suitland, greater Suitland area, or maybe in PG County, maybe even beyond that, and you're looking for something for your family to do, your young people and everyone in your family, feel free to come any Saturday starting April 9th. And we'll have free family art activities presented by PG Parks and Rec, and it's creating like medallions and creating and crafts, something different every Saturday. And that's something actually we started in 2020, but we're looking forward to bringing it back this spring. So it's pretty much like a resurgence or a kickoff or a re-kickoff once again, or a re-grand opening after, year two or three of, dealing with this pandemic. So we're really excited to just breathe some life back into the space and bring a new audience to the space as well.
Yeah, so folks, if y'all are not excited by what you just heard, I don't know what to tell you. And for our Insecure fans, I don't know if you were an Insecure fan, Malachi, but this reminds me of what Issa was working on, right? Just
Very
bringing,
much, very much.
yeah, bringing those type of events to the places that are lacking, but you know that it exists there and that people are interested in it.
Yeah.
Um, and then can you tell us a bit about the volunteer opportunities leading up to the kickoff weekend?
Yeah, so we're always looking for volunteers, and specifically for this weekend, it's um, expected to be a really big weekend. We're expecting anywhere from 200 to 300 people per day, which is probably double than what we're used to, just based on where things were the past 2 years. But we are looking for vendors to support the activities that are happening during the week. So the Better Block team from the Better Block Foundation will be coming down that Wednesday to facilitate volunteer workshops. So that Wednesday and Thursday and Friday, you can come down to, I think there are two block of volunteer schedules. I think it's 9 to 12 and then the 3 to 6. So go to the website for more information on that. But as a volunteer, you can come and actually create some of the creative placemaking elements that will be installed in an outdoor space, whether that's rocking chairs or any other element that'll be on our site. There's an opportunity to actually build, create it, paint it, construct it, and actually put your own stamp on it and have, just something to be proud of and be a part of, like this whole process. So that's happening Wednesday through Friday. And yeah, again, feel free to go to our website, creativesuitland.org, and go to the event page to find out how to volunteer.
Yes, and this is a family-friendly event. The volunteering is also family-friendly. You don't really have to use tools. It's like snap together type of things. And so this is something great to bring the kids out to. And y'all just go to work, right? Putting together the community, something for us all to appreciate for years to come.
Mhm.
So this has been great. Thank you so much. I cannot wait to come out and volunteer. I'll be there volunteering. I'll be there for the event. And so I'm really looking forward to it.
Me as well. Like I said, this is a bit of um, a reintroduction of Creative Suitland once again. I feel like we're constantly trying to reinvent ourselves or reintroduce ourselves just based off of navigating the pandemic. But like I said, we're super excited about this partnership that's been, like I said, almost 2 years in the making, and yeah, so many other activities are going to follow after this. So it's not just this one weekend. If you can't make it, there'll be more activities, more events coming down, the pipeline in the spring and summer and going into the fall. So we're looking forward to seeing everyone that weekend and beyond.
All right, well, great. So thanks again, Malachi. I'll have all the links with all the information. You can read about the project, you can sign up to volunteer, and you can see the dates and times for everything. Thanks again so much, and thank you for including me.
Thank you. We appreciate you so much. Thank you.